Welcome FPL managers. Welcome to my latest team reveal. This is about Game Week 27, double Game Week. Crazy Wildcard cancelled. It's not what you think. I'm going to tell you what exactly happened. Stay tuned. Beside that, I'm going to talk about my transfers plan, double Game Week 29 plan, double Game Week 31 potential one plans, Game Week 34 double Game Week, even Game Week 37. Also, how to build the template. We're going to discuss a lot. So let me first show how I did this previous gaming. So I got 49 points, another green arrow, yoo-hoo. Now I'm almost in the top 200k. Rightly, I played Mitoma. I didn't go with triple Brighton mids. I also didn't go Ward Prowse, and even though both of those guys scored a penalty, got a penalty, didn't score a penalty. If you have watched my last video, I was saying it's time for McAllister and Ward Prowse to get some penalties, and I predicted that both of them got penalties. Unfortunately, Ward Prowse missed his penalty, and McAllister scored his penalty. Also, I said Rashford is due a blank. That also happened. My defense was pretty much terrible. Only Arezabalaga and Estupinian scored 6 points. In the midfield, Mitoma was the only performer. I sold Salah, I sold Trent, I sold Darwin. But I'm probably worse compared to if I didn't play my wildcard. However, I was having Nketiah, who was injured. No Brighton, no Brentford. In game week 28, which is the blank game week, I was only with 6 players, so I had to play it. Maybe I could have postponed it for one more week, but it is what it is. I captained Saka, he didn't deliver. Tony scored 8 points, Haaland 4, and also Kane scored 2 points. I'm happy that no one from my bench scored, because I really hate when my bench score, which might be happening a lot often in the upcoming game weeks. And you can see I found a funny image here that probably I'm not going to win this year. However, there is still time to climb up in the rankings and go for top 50k or top 10k. Without further ado, let me continue and tell you the reasons why I didn't play my wildcard like I wanted to. So basically, I was staying on Friday till night and waiting for Haaland to rise, because I needed his 0.1 price rise in order to get another 0.1 profit. Because as you know, you don't get all the profit if the players are rising. You're getting only the half, only 50% of the profit you get. That changed my plan. He didn't run, and also I was planning to have Shar. Shar got a knock. Then I was planning to have a Shaw. He was also an injury doubt, so that ruined my plan. And I stayed till late. I wait for the price changes to happen, and I planned in the morning to think about Ward Prowse. I was considering him Sterling. I have a good Sterling vibe. I know when he's going to be good, and I think he will become good. He also scored in the Champions League, so I have a lot of things to consider. Good to have a keeper. Luckily, I didn't went with Sanchez, my keeper. So I said, okay, I will do this in the morning. And I woke up in the morning around 8:39, and because I have kids, something came up and I had to babysit my kids. I couldn't open my computer. I also had to take my 3-year-old to some kind of event, and I was only on my phone, and I barely managed to do these transfers right before the deadline in the elevator. So I was considering McAllister, Ward Prowse, Odegaard, Martinelli, and March. At the end of the day, I sold Ward Prowse for March at the last minute. Everyone has a life, so if you do not make calls, do not worry. Things like this happen. You cannot spend all the time on fantasy football. So that being said, let me continue. After everyone wildcard to pretty much the same team, I found this quote from Mark Twain. I think he's one of the greatest writers of our time. He says, whenever you find yourself on the side on the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. And this time I'm pausing and reflecting, and sorry for my voice. I was on a game yesterday and I was shouting, and on the stadium was watching game live, and that's why my voice is probably a little bit down this time. But as Mark Twain said, you need to pause and reflect. That's why I'm opening the full fixture ticker. As you can see, this is made by Ben Crellin. If you do not follow him. He's one of the best when we talk about blanks and double gaming. So before I reveal my team, I want to talk about macro strategy and where I'm seeing the potential investments and potential opportunities for our players and for which teams. As you can see, Arsenal have good fixtures now. They play Fulham, Crystal Palace and Leeds in game week 29. However, after that, their fixtures a little bit worse. So you can see they have 3 away in the next 4, Liverpool, West Ham and Manchester City, and they play Southampton at home. However, that game week probably will be the free hit week. You will see later. I will show all these game weeks, 31 to 32, 34, 37, even, so stay tuned. And also, they don't have a double in 34 and 37, so some of the Arsenal players might be sold. They might be on our chopping block. However, they're still good because they play against Crystal Palace at home in game week 28, when a lot of teams will not have a game week there, like Manchester United, Brighton, Manchester City, etc. Then is Aston Villa. I know Watkins will be popular next game week in game week 28 because he has a Bournemouth at home, then Chelsea and Leeds as a double game week, then Nottingham Forest at home. So those are good fixtures, but I'm a little bit cooled off in selling Haaland. If I didn't fold him on my Wildcard, I think now maybe is not the time. Why? Because you always have to have in mind the value of the free transfer. So people will be selling for Watkins, thinking that they will get 3 fixtures for Watkins and only 1 for Haaland. And in game week 30, they are already booking a transfer to bring back Haaland. However, if we go down the line and we see Manchester City, we can see that they have a potential double game week in 34, which will be Fulham and West Ham, and also in game week 37, Chelsea and Brighton. So we need Haaland. We need him till the end of the season. So I'm a little bit hesitant in selling. I know it will be popular decision next game week. However, I will be probably keeping. Bournemouth, I think you do not need to invest in them at the moment. I know they have a good double. If you need some cheap attacker, maybe a Solanke could be a good part in game week 29, but beside that, I'm not very fond. Brentford have a great short-term fixture, so they have 5 games in the next 3, so make sure you have triple Brentford. However, after that, their fixture is still fine, so I'm happy to keep my Brentford. I'm happy to keep Raya all the time, and Tony even if he doesn't get a ban soon. However, they didn't have a double in game week 34 and 37. However, it's all important that in game week 32, they play Aston Villa at home, and that will be the game week when a lot of teams will be potentially blanking. Also in game week 34, they have a good fixture against Nottingham Forest. Then is Brighton. They will have 5 double game weeks potential. So besides the one in game week 27 and game week 29, the problem is the blank in game week 28. However, they have a potential double game week in game week 31, as well as double game week in 34 and double game week in 37. So we have to have Brighton players, but I'm thinking short term in selling them, more on that later. Then is Chelsea. Chelsea is a really interesting one. I'm a Chelsea fan and I think we are on the up. Things are getting better and better, especially with the fullbacks. Howard is becoming an option. Felix might be an option. Sterling is becoming an option. So we need to monitor that. Crystal Palace have a double game week, but I'm not interested. Maybe Zaha if you're feeling lucky. Everton, if you have Everton, sell. If you have Fulham, for now, sell. However, they might have a double game week in game week 34 and 37. However, I think it's unlikely. Leeds also are not good investment at the moment. Then we're coming to Leicester. Leicester are really interesting team. So I'm interested in Madison, Nacho, and Barnes. And if you have Ward as a keeper, it's perfectly fine. So they have a good double, and then you have good fixtures after that all the time. Besides the game week 31 when Leicester plays Manchester City away. However, you can bench those plays because we will probably have a double. It's not confirmed. The double in game week 31 is not confirmed. And also they have a great fixture in game week 32 when a lot of teams will have a blank. Then is Liverpool. Liverpool are a really interesting team. Now they have a blank, however, they're also on the up. The double game week is not that strong. Manchester City and Chelsea, and they have Arsenal after that. However, after that, the features are amazing, and they potentially could have a double game week in 34 or 37, but that is not confirmed. The most probable teams that we have another double game week in 34 and 37 are Manchester City, Manchester United, and Brighton. So I think those teams warrant on investments after game week 29. Then is Manchester United. As I said, they're primed for investing. Their features are great. Nottingham Forest, I think if you're Brennan Johnson owner, congratulations, you get your points. But after the game week 29, I don't see any potential for Nottingham Forest. maybe you can keep Brennan Johnson on your bench all the time and play 3-5-2. That's fine. Southampton, I'm considering Ward-Prowse more of that later because he's on all set pieces, all free kicks, all penalties. At Tottenham, I have Kane, but something is wrong with Spurs. Even though they have great fixtures, I'm thinking of jumping off Kane, and people will be selling Haaland and keeping Kane. I want to do the opposite. Keep Haaland and gamble against Kane. West Ham is also interesting. They have a great double, Southampton and Newcastle, maybe one of the best doubles, but they are still in the Europa League, and I think they have a fatigue. Antonio scored a brace last night in the Conference League, but he's not nailed on. Bowen is not a good asset. Maybe someone in the defense if you must, but other than that, I'm not interested in West Ham. And Wolves, I think you just sell them. So let's continue and talk about my teams. Those were my planned strategies, how to beat the template and what I think on team by team basis. So I have a funny meme here. I don't always have high scoring players, but when I do, they're on my bench. And a lot of benching headaches will be the team from now onwards. My bench is Martinelli, Zinchenko, and Botman. I really like Martinelli because most of the time I didn't have Martinelli. I sold him in Gameweek 9 Wildcard and I didn't have him at all. So I want these two fixtures to try and get some points by him. Kepa is on my bench, also is Zinchenko, but I am expecting Arsenal to probably win 1-0, so I think Zinchenko could do good. And Botman is on my bench as well. I prefer Shar, but he has a knock. But Shar is due an explosion, I think. So I'm probably planning to get him. So I have Raya as my keeper. I think he's the best keeper at this game week. If you have Sanchez, depending on your alternative keeper, you can get Steele if you plan to do a bench boost in game week 27. Otherwise, if you have 3 Brentford players already, you do not plan to play the bench boost in game week 27, then I would wait and hold for that decision. Then in the defense, I have Estupiñán who has a double, Trippier and Henry. I was debating between Pinnock and Henry, and so I sold Pinnock the evening before the price changes. But I'm happy with my defense. They are great. I'm keeping them. Then in midfield, I have Rashford, Saka, and my double Brighton mids, Mitoma and March. I prefer to have McAllister in front of March. It's really difficult to know which assets are the best. It's again Odegaard, Martinelli, Nketiah, Gabriel, Zinchenko debate. So it will be difficult. I expect huge swings and pure luck. All of them are good, and I really, really like to have 3 Brighton. However, because I didn't have time to think it through, I didn't go with that way. March apparently has some kind of knock, so I'm a little bit worried. I'm considering selling them, more of that later, and I have Saka. I'm debating between Saka and Martinelli, but Martinelli was playing as a striker in the UEFA League, and he got a yellow card and he didn't look that good. And if Nketiah and Trossard are both out, or they will be at least starting from the bench, I think Martinelli is not that good of an asset. And in attack, I will have Captain Tony because there is some scaremongering that maybe the Leeds game will be off because of the snow. I think it won't be. However, even the slightest worry puts me off giving the armband to Mitoma or March. I was on Mitoma previously this game week because I prefer to captain midfielders because their goal is worth more and also they get clean sheet points and they're better for bonus. But because this game is uncertain, even if it's 2-3%, I don't want to risk it. That's why Tony will be my captain, and I have Haaland and Kane. I'm expecting nothing from Kane. If Kane delivers, I will be super happy. I think Tottenham are disappointed, and Conte is gone. Levy is all over the place. Kane gave a statement that he's not happy this game week, so I think that things are not doing well, but he plays the blank, so I will keep him for Nottingham Forest. I think he plays Southampton. That is it. Haaland I'm most probably keeping. I will reassess the next game week. That being said, let's talk about future plans. What are my transfer considerations? The number one option is to save my transfer. However, March is potentially on the chopping block, especially if I hear more news that his knock is a little bit more serious, meaning that he might play reduced minutes or come off the bench or miss one of the games. Example, playing the Leeds game and miss the Crystal Palace game because he has a knock and he cannot play back-to-back. I'm considering selling him for Ward-Prowse. Why? Because Ward-Prowse has 3 games. He has Manchester United, Brentford, and Tottenham. That's 2 at home, and Manchester United just conceded 7 goals from Liverpool, and also they have conceded in the Europa League. So I think he might deliver. He was unlucky. He missed the penalty. It was a great save. So this way I will be selling one game for March for 3 games word prowse. So I'll be waiting for news, and then in game week 29, word prowse will go for Bruno, and I will get another player in game week 28. So I'm still debating, and I will be waiting for the news and watching it closely. And I will try to find some underground sources, some rumors. Even if some rumors are catching up, if there is some kind of smoke, I might do it, but probably I will not. I will wait on news. But you see my logic. If I do not do it, the thing will stay the same, and I will have 2 free transfers. Now I will talk about all my plans practically till the end of the season. I know things can change, but I think it's good to plan things. So you can see here is my game week 2018 with 4.2 million in the bank. I have 4 players in my defense: Zinchenko, Henry, Trippier and Botman, Martinelli and Saka. Saka will be my captain, Kane will be probably my vice captain, and Tony. On the bench I will have Rashford, Mitoma and Haaland. I will be probably keeping Haaland because I think the value of 3 transfer is here valid. Haaland will need to be bought back by all of those who will be selling. If you have sold him on the wildcard, I get it. Then you're not wasting 1 transfer. Then it's more rational. But when I kept him on the wildcard thing, I think no, it's too late to sell him. So I have doubts about March. He's on the chopping block, and also is Stupian on the chopping block. Why? Because he plays far away in the international break for his national team, so he might be missing one of the games in game week 29, and I prefer the Brighton midfielders anyway. Those 2 guys are on the chopping blocks. I'm considering Ben Chilwell. Chelsea are on the up, and you can see the fixtures. Everton at home, then the double is again at home. Aston Villa and Liverpool, and then Wolves. I'm also considering Reece James because apparently he is on penalties. He might be on penalties, either Havertz or Reece James on penalties, but he's more injury prone. But I will give 1 more game to Chilwell to see his fitness, but he will be probably coming for a Stupian. The other guy that I'm considering is Maddison. He plays Brentford away. That's not the best feature, but then again he has great double, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, then Bournemouth. But also I heard some worrying quotes from the manager. I'm not sure that he is fit. That's why I'm considering going the word prowse route and getting him, and he will play Tottenham this game week. But I also consider Sterling. I really like Sterling as well. But if I get Benison, I can keep him till the end. So I will give 1 more game week to see how these guys are performing. I will be most probably getting Chilwell, and I might wait on Madison to see how he's looking. I will have 11 players if I do this. So you can see I will play 5-3-2. Saka will be my captain, and Kane will be my vice captain. Madison and Chilwell will be coming for me. That we are going in 29. That's the big double. As you can see, Rashford will be my captain. I think he will be the best captain. Madison will be my vice captain. And on the bench, I have Kane, Zinchenko, and Martinelli. As I said, I'm not happy with Kane. I'm happy to play Zinchenko against Leeds. I think that's a easy 9 to 12 pointer for Zinchenko. He's amazing. He's maybe the best player for Arsenal besides Odegaard. If you have Odegaard instead of Martinelli like me, he's apparently ill, so the decision to bench him is easier. Then I will be probably selling Kane, and I will be selling Martinelli for a 4-point hit. I will get Bruno Fernandes because Manchester United will have a double, and I'm also considering Darwin. I'm also considering Darwin because Liverpool might have a double confirmed. They are on the up, and he's the XG merchant. And when people will be avoiding him, I want to get him and just try beat the template because he's an explosion imminent. Liverpool are on the up, playing on the left, Gakpo playing on the center, and Salah on the right. Suits him well. I think Jota might be sold in the summer, and Darwin will get some minutes. I cannot afford him at the moment, but I'm hoping for Kane to rise 0.1 more and Darwin to drop 0.1, and then I will be able to afford him. I'm a little bit down on him, but I think I will be able to afford him because he will drop in price probably when the blank will be happening and people will be getting Kane. At least that's my hope. And alternatively, I'm considering Havertz. He's looking good lately. If I do not get the money, I will get Havertz. I'm not considering Watkins in this game because his double is not that strong. I'm not a huge fan. If I didn't get him at the start on my wildcard, I think now probably will be late. So those are my transfers. It is -4. I will wait for the international break news. Maybe there will be some rotation, injuries, cards. But this will be my team. You see, my bench will be Saka, Zinchenko, Henry, and Raya, and I will bench boost. My bench boost will be active. And I'm also considering more hits. I could even get McAllister if I'm really impressed by him. I really like him. But even if I do not got him, I really like this 4 in the midfield long term. Bruno Fernandes, Maddison, Rashford, and Saka. All of them are excellent. They can score against any opponent. They can assist against any opponent. And they can explode. I have various route to points, so I can keep those 4 till the end. I'm really happy with them. I'm also happy with Haaland and Darwin and even Tony. If he doesn't get the ban, I can keep them all the time. So I'm really happy to have some players that I can keep long term. That's one of my strategies because anything can happen. I'm also considering McAllister and of course Luke Shaw. Many people will be getting, but they have Newcastle and Brentford in the double. They might consider he's one of the best assets to own, but as I said, I'm not sure that Zinchenko out for a hit is worth for Luke Shaw, but he got an assist in Europa League again, so he is a decent player, a decent investment. So he is my alternative if I decide, in example, to keep Kane. But I will probably sell Kane because I need the money for Bruno. So those two guys at the moment are on my watch list, McAllister and Shaw, beside Darwin and Bruno. Bruno will be coming most probably. I was thinking to go without him, but in EuroLeague he scored, he got an assist, he's playing really amazing, especially after Cristiano Ronaldo left. So those are my thoughts. I'm also considering Havertz, but I do not want to be overcommitted to Chelsea and to have 3 Chelsea. I prefer to mix it a little bit and have Darwin instead. But time will tell. So next, what I want to talk about is about Game Week 31. This is also a potential double game week when Newcastle and Brighton will be having a double game. That's why I do not want to sell Haaland in Game Week 28 because I want to spend those transfers or getting the 3rd Newcastle player, most probably Schär in the defense because I think he will explode and get him for this double. And also I would probably get McAllister here, McAllister in my midfield, or even Ferguson. If Ferguson starts competing, and because I love that guy, he has a huge potential. He could be the new Harry Kane. Then I can downgrade Tony if he's banned and get Ferguson. That's why I like to have Maddison because he's easily benchable this game week, and I can get with 2 free transfers. I can get Newcastle and Brighton. That's why I'm not thinking in selling and bringing back Haaland. I think those free transfers are more valuable. So this is not confirmed. This is all the potential. Newcastle and Brighton might have the double at other games, but at the moment looks like it is most likely to be in Game Week 31. Then I wanted to talk about Game Week 32. This is probably the free hit week. However, I'm tempted to not play the free hit week and play the free hit in Game Week 34, Game Week 37 when we have another double game. So I only have Raya at goal, 4 in defense. So Zinchenko, that's why I like Zinchenko to keep him. If I get Shaw will have a blank this game week, and Zinchenko has Southampton at home. So I will have Zinchenko, Trippier, Botman, and Henry. That's 5 players. Saka 6, Maddison 7, Tony and Darwin. That's 9 players. I will have on the bench Rashford, Haaland, and Mitoma. That's why I prefer Darwin than Havertz because Darwin has Nottingham Forest. So even with 9 players and 1 transfer, I think I can cope and play with 10 players and keep the free hit. Obviously here you need Sal because he plays Nottingham Forest at home and he will be the most captain. So I can probably, as I said, downgrade Tony to someone and temporarily get Salah for Fernandes and then get back Fernandes again. That's why I'm saying the transfers will be very, very valuable in the upcoming game weeks. That's why I'm not probably not selling Haaland in Game Week 28. If you didn't sell him in the wildcard, I think now it's not the time. So I have, as I said, 1 keeper and 4 defenders, that's 5, 2 attackers 7, and 2 midfielders 7, and 2 attackers 9, and with 1 transfer. I can go to 10 and save the free hit transfer because I will have Zinchenko and Saka, and people will sell Arsenal players and they will probably play the free hit here. So I'm tempted to not play the free hit here. And I think Trippier and Botman, and if I get Schär instead of Henry, they can get a clean sheet here against Tottenham. I know it's early to think about it, but that's why I love this game. I want to plan a lot. Now let's talk about my team. If you like this content and all this forward thinking, feel free to subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. Then I'm talking about Gameweek 34. This will be another double, and this one is good for bench boost. So if you have a wildcard, you can play it in Gameweek 30 or in Gameweek 33 and get ready for this double Gameweek. As you can see, I'm all set up for this game. That's why I want Darwin, because he will probably have a double Gameweek. But according to Ben Crane, he will not have a double Gameweek in Gameweek 34. But according to Planet FPL James, he will have. So I hope that we'll have news. But you can see my squad is really amazing. Haaland captain, Darwin and Tony, Rashford, Mitoma and Bruno doubles. Chelsea will most probably do not have a double here, but they will have a double in Gameweek 37. That's why I prefer Darwin than Havertz if I have the money. So here, maybe it's the time to finally sell Saka or Madison, so I can get Ederson. I was burned by him, but I can maybe get Ederson here and get some more Manchester City. I can get Foden. If he's still rolling, I can sell Saka or Madison and get Foden. Also, I can get McAllister here again. So I'm really good settled for this game with 34. Or if I hit the free hit, I can free hit here, but most probably I will free hit in Gaming 37. Before going to Gaming 37, let's see what could be happening. So basically, in Gaming 37, Brighton could have the double, and also Manchester City will have the double. Most likely those two are having the double. Manchester City will be Chelsea and Brighton will be Southampton, Manchester City. So in that case, I will be all settled for Game 37, and I could probably free hit in Game 34 or Game 32. So I'm still not decided, but I'm tempted to go all the way till Game 34 and play the free hit in Game 34 and attack the huge double and just get Salah in Game 32 and keep him in the future, because at the end of the day I prefer Salah than Bruno. So if Haaland is rotated, if Manchester City go far in the Champions League, I can captain even in these nice fixtures that you can see. He has Brentford, Leeds and potential double in Game Week 37, and he has Southampton in the last game of the season. That was my ramble. I know, huge talking points, but at the end of the day, play your own game. Let's hope for green arrow. I'm all set. I have 6 doubles. If I do not get Ward Prowse, this will be my squad. I think I will not be changing mine. I have a family day tomorrow, so most probably I will not be able to make some last changes unless I do it again in the elevator with my phone. If you like this content, feel free to subscribe, ask all the questions. I am making this content only for you. I am enjoying the game. And also, I ran a poll to people whether they will play the game next year, and 95% at the moment of recording this video decided to play the game even after those disastrous wildcard and selling all those Salahs, Darius and Trent Alexander points, even Andreas points. So I think everyone loves this game, so I'm hoping for more pleasure to come, and finally a huge green no. Let's get that 100k soon. Let's get it. Bye everyone, good luck. Ask all of the questions. Whatever questions you have, I will answer them. You can follow me on Twitter, it's FPL Daniel. And also, if you have any questions, you can ask me on Twitter. I will respond to everyone. Thanks everyone, and wishing you a green arrow. Bye!